Welcome to another episode of the Bulldog Business Show. I'm Scott Grawe, Dean of the College of Business, and your host for the show. I am thrilled today to welcome Aundrea Self. She is our new Director of Outreach and Engagement. Welcome.
I'm happy to be here. It kind of feels like home a little bit, being back in the studio.
I figured it might. This is one of those where, we hired you very recently. You just started right after the first of the year. And I can't tell you how many people in the hall said, oh, she's going to, you're going to use her on the show, right? She's going to be one of your first guests on the show. Like, yeah, we've got other plans in effect for that too.
Yes.
So, well, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what led you to where you are today.
Well, first and foremost, Starkville native, born and raised. Went to college at Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Started out in radio. I was a communication major and English because I thought if the broadcasting thing didn't work out, I might teach English. But broadcasting worked out. I did radio for about 8 years, got into television, and really for 26 years I have spent at the CBS affiliate here at WCBI as an anchor, producer, and host, turned sort of mentor for students. Started teaching here at Mississippi State in the communication department in 2000. Right when COVID hit. It was my first semester teaching,
wow.
So I had to, there was a big learning curve there.
Yeah.
And so continued the teaching and the broadcasting at the same time, and when this opportunity came open, lunged into it, and so here I am and just glad to be on campus. As a person who was born and raised in Starkville, I've always sort of been a Mississippi State fan, but now I tell people I'm like a official cowbell ringing member of the MSU family.
That is fantastic to hear. So, well, good. So, Director of Outreach and Engagement, and I know you and I have talked about that quite a bit, but from your standpoint, as you've kind of gotten your feet underneath you, hopefully somewhat on solid ground now, what does that mean to you? What are you going to be spending your time doing for us here in the College of Business?
A good bit of that is some of what I did in my former career, and that's storytelling. So telling the story of the College of Business and getting it out there so that people know what we have to offer, so that they hear our student success stories, so that they know about the research that our faculty is doing, so that they know about the programming that is going on, so they know about ways, alumni particularly, that they can get involved, and businesses in our area and in the region, the ways they can help support the College of Business and how we can help support them through the expertise we have here.
Great. And you mentioned several different things there. So, the alumni piece is something that I'm very passionate about. One of the things I've mentioned to groups in the past that I had a mentor tell me one thing at one point. You got to take care of your alumni because your alumni will always be there for you. What are we doing for our alumni? I mean, what are some things that you might have on the horizon for engaging some of our alumni?
Well, one of the things which has already been launched is our Club 1915. And so this is just a way, a very simple way really for alumni of the College of Business. And you don't even have to be an alumni of the College of Business to join the club. But it's just a simple way on a monthly basis to give a little bit back to help support some of the programming that we do. We're going to be planning some events in some of our markets where we have College of Business alumni to just engage with them and network and talk about the opportunities we have for them to come back to campus, maybe for our students to come to them.
Yeah. And you mentioned, getting connected with some of the business leaders and so forth as well. What are some ways in which businesses can connect to the College of Business?
Well, I think one of the ways for me to find them is to sort of meet them where they are. So there's so many business-oriented organizations that are in the state and in the region. So sort of reaching out to the heads of those organizations is where I am starting. But we hope we can reach them. I mean, we talk about social media in almost every facet of our lives, but social media is a great way to at least connect with people, and once you make that connection, have more intimate meetings and settings where we can talk about specifics. So social media, going to their meetings and conventions, emails, phone calls, whatever it takes to let them know what we have going on.
Right. So and you and I have talked about this, there's a lot of people out there that you're looking to reach, whether they're business owners, business leaders, alumni, even current students. How are things going so far? Do you feel like is your head above water yet, or you still feel like we're throwing a lot on top of you?
I don't feel like a lot is thrown, but you have to realize I came from a situation where I was dealing with daily tight deadlines. So I would get to work, and what was before me, I had to finish it by 4:30 and then again at 5:30. So this is sort of long game that I'm playing now, but I've been able to reach out to some people thankfully that I knew already, and make some of those connections and let them know, hey, I'm over here now, and here's how we can connect and do some things.
Yeah, yeah, and we're excited to have you in our building as well. One of the challenges associated with the progress that we're making is, we do have some renovations going on in our Dean Suite. So finding you can be a bit challenged. Finding me can be a challenge, but
because you're kind of all over the place.
I'm all over the place, but I kind of like being difficult to find at times. So if the students can find me, we're great. If
well, I will tell people that I'm in McCool Hall on the second floor in 220. And that's how you can find me.
That's pretty simple and straightforward. So good. Well, we're going to pause our conversation right here. We're going to come right back, and we're going to talk about some other things that we've got in store coming down the road. So join us here in just a few minutes with more of the Bulldog Business Show.
Mississippi State University's College of Business creates connections that can change lives, with more than $2 million available in scholarships next year. Take advantage of the top research institution in the state. Professors have practical experience in their field, and students have the opportunity to work on live projects with partner companies. Earn your MBA online in as few as 10 courses from U.S. News & World Report's Top 100 program. Give your business career a head start. Visit business.msstate.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Business Show. You guys should be used to me doing this, but I did once again forget to mention at the very top of the show that you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and a number of other places. So hopefully that you've liked and subscribed and you're following us there. And don't be afraid to share that with others as well.
If you had a producer for this show, they would scold you about not doing all the promos like you're supposed to do. But you're the producer of the show right now, so you can do that.
Yeah, I'm less than a year into the show, so I'm calling myself a rookie.
That's exactly
so I'm still a rookie. We'll get there, and we'll get people following us. So one of the things that you and I spent some time talking about, and one of the things that I love doing is getting out and visiting with our alums. I'm a big believer in that, once you are a Bulldog, when you walk across that stage with your diploma, you're not done learning from Mississippi State. We want to stay engaged, connected, help you build your network and stay fresh with regard to your knowledge. What are some things that we've got in store for our alumni in the coming months?
Well, for sure, we have got an event that we're going to plan down on the coast when the baseball team goes to participate in a tournament. So we're working on an event now that will happen in March that we're going to be inviting some alumni to come and network and just spend some time and have fun together. We're working on tentatively an April event in the Jackson area that will bring together College of Business alumni, another event to just network and meet and greet each other and just talk about some things we can do in the future.
Yeah.
And of course, we're celebrating the 110 years of the College of Business. So throughout the year, you will hear us talking about things that are coming up to help celebrate in ways for our alumni to get involved.
Yeah, I wasn't fortunate enough to be here during the centennial, so I am making as big a deal as I possibly can out of our 110th year. It's exciting.
It is.
There's not a lot of schools out there that have been around as long as we have, so we're gonna continue to celebrate it. So now, if somebody's watching this or listening to this and they said, "Hey, she mentioned going to the coast and going to Jackson." What about other places? Can we do events other places as well?
Absolutely. We can wherever we have a great group of alumni. There are markets. I know Dallas is one of the markets. Memphis is one of those markets. Atlanta, one of those markets where we have people. So absolutely, we can make those trips. It's making a few phone calls, finding a place to do it, get some food and drinks, and send out invitations.
Exactly. And this is one of the things that I'm really excited about. Having you on board. And helping us, set up, coordinate, and get Bulldog business grads together to talk about their careers.
So you want me to plan some parties?
Yeah, well,
I can handle it.
You know what? I think our alumni would appreciate that. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Sure.
Because we do want to celebrate being Bulldogs.
That's right.
It's a lot of fun, and one of the things I have enjoyed, whether it's been in a football game or something else, is seeing them get together. Sometimes I can just kind of fade to the background, tell a little about what's going on, but then let them kind of take it from there.
Well, and I think their experiences on campus and what they love about Mississippi State is sort of what coalesces everyone around sort of that same thought. So it's a nice time to have a good time together.
Yeah. So, and I'm really excited for the growth that we can do in this particular area.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I think has, people have noticed is that when I mentioned that you're coming on board, and I kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the hour, they said, well, she'd be great at doing the show. I tried not to take too much offense to that, but
You're doing great. I've seen many, many of your episodes. You're doing great.
I appreciate that. And just as I'm starting to learn a few things, I think having you on board was going to be a great time to turn it over and let the professional, given your vast experience.
Or we could always co-host. I think we make a good team, honestly.
We may need one more mic, but
Yes.
but we can find opportunities to do that. But I'm excited
Yes.
because one of the things you hit on at the very beginning of our conversation is the storytelling, and that is something that I know I love listening to the stories of our alums and even some of our current students. And that's one of the things I'm really excited about with this show going forward.
And I really, really want to highlight those things. Stories of our students, even faculty. I've been meeting so much of the faculty since I've been here, hearing, their background in research, things they're working on in their classes. So ways to tell those stories and just connect with people out there, even, people that are not on campus. We may invite them to the show to come and talk about what they've been doing since they graduated. So those are all ways to connect.
Yeah. So the faces may change here at the table, but
Yes.
we're still going to be telling stories.
We're still going to be about business, right?
We're still going to keep it very connected to the College
That's
of Business.
exactly right. And I will say in these fast few seconds, if you have a story idea, if you have a show idea, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, any of those ways, and I'm open to all ideas.
Yeah. We're very excited for that, and I would say too, whether it's the show ideas, connecting for alumni, connecting for events,
Let
and
us
so
know.
forth. Yes. So the more people you can connect with, the better.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, the same goes for me. So as we look to expand our relationship with our alumni base, our students, families, and prospective students, our doors are always open. I'm happy to have conversations, phone conversations, meet with you for lunch, dinner, coffee, whatever. I love to talk about what we've got going on in the College of Business.
And one thing I think you'll find that people are looking for ways to get involved. You just have to give them the opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So if you are looking for an opportunity to get involved, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm a little bit sad that this is my last. I feel like I was just kind of getting used to it, but I'm super excited for what this show's got in store going forward. Again, don't forget to follow us, share these episodes, share the content, and once again, we'll see you next time on the Bulldog Business Show. Thanks, everybody.